Hey, it's Chef Evelyn, and I am back with another video. As promised, you're getting some additional content this month for Chef Timber. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, I don't even know what that was about. But listen, if you have not caught the previous video, go back and watch that. It'll explain in detail why you're seeing my face a little bit more often. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about why you shouldn't quit your corporate job to go into your culinary business full time until you consider a few things, right? Now, if you don't know, because you didn't see the last video, I want to say this before we get into the meat of the video. I am hosting a brand new workshop on September the 26th. All the details are down in the description box. So if you know that you're like, yes, I'm ready to put in some real work in my business, and I'm going to explain why it's a workshop and not a webinar or a masterclass in an upcoming video. But if you already kind of been like, you know what, Evelyn, I've been looking for something to kind of take my business to the next level, then check out the details for the workshop in the description box below. Okay, so listen, if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Okay, listen, thank you for clicking on my face. All right, I'm glad to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. Like I said, we're in September. You're going to be getting a lot of additional content from me this month. So if you do not want to miss out on it, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe bell. But listen, if you've been rocking with me for a while and you haven't turned your notifications on, now is the time to do it, because there may be some lives. There may be some extra videos that you weren't expecting, and I don't want you to miss out. So, and like I said, if you're new here, welcome. I take notes for my videos. So if you see me looking away or looking down, it's because I'm referring to my notes, because I value your time and I want to make sure that you get what you came to get, that the video is given what it's supposed to have gave. Understand me? Okay, so let's get right into it. So I want to talk about today why you shouldn't quit your corporate job if you're kind of straddling between your full-time corporate career and your culinary business. There are some things that you need to consider before you just leap off the corporate ladder. Okay, like, you know, I know people tell you jump and the net will appear. We're gonna talk about that a little bit today, right? So let me just start here. We all have that moment when we're in our corporate job where we are done. Like, even if we don't quit actually in that moment, there's this phrase that I learned from my mom years ago where it's called like quit and stay, where you quit in your brain, but you keep showing up to work every day. Listen, we all have that moment, right? And so whether it's your favorite boss that always looked out for you and kept, you know, the CEO or whoever off your back finally leaves the company, right? Or gets moved to another location, or you know, those situations that we hear about all the time, whether it's like you got passed up for that promotion that absolutely you deserved, right? That should have been absolutely 100% yours, right? Or a trend that we always see, you're a great performer, so you keep getting extra responsibilities, extra things added into your job description, but not extra money added into your salary. And you're like, y'all, the math is not mathing, right? Like there's extra work, but where is the extra income, right? And it could be just, there are just people at your job that just like you have ticked you off, have sent you into orbit for the last time. And you're like, you know what? I'm through with this, right? I get it. Okay. But here's the thing. Listen, and let's be honest. You're not crazy. Okay. You're not going to quit your job without a plan. So what you've done, what I've done, a lot of people do is we're like, you know what? Let me get this business going. Let me get some more clients so I can get up out of here, right? And so you create this master plan, okay? And your master plan is, let me work more hours in my business so I can rack up more income. I'm a stay up later. I'm a wake up earlier team. You kind of slide, almost, not exactly, but you slide into the little dangerous territory of team no sleep, right? Because you start thinking, I'm gonna have to hustle and grind to get out of here, right? Listen, no judgment. Let me know in the comments below if this has been you, right? Then you're like, okay, you know what? There are certain things that I don't love to do, but people keep asking me for, and that's money. And the more money I can make, the faster I can get out of here. So now you start adding all these additional services that you don't really like to do, but you're like, listen, it's extra money, right? Because more choices equals more money. At least that's what you're thinking, and that's what's on the plan, right? And then you're like, okay, I need some passive income. I need to be making money while I'm sleeping, while I'm working in my corporate job, right? Let me get an e-cookbook going. Let me create a cooking course. Let me do something, right? You're trying to think of ways that, because you've got limited time. So you're like, I need to figure out how to make money when I'm not working. And so this is what's all on your plan right now. You're like, I'm willing to do anything I need to do to get the heck up out of this job, right? Because they've taken you for granted for too long. Sometimes they act like they own you, and you cannot envision yourself working at that company for another year, 5 years, 10 years, 15. Like the thought of going into your performance review and looking at how many years is left for you before you retire, you're like, I'm not gonna make it. You're like, I'm not gonna make it, right? And so, listen, you're a smart business owner, and so you're like, okay, there's a time for putting in the extra work, right? And that's kind of where your head is or was, right? Figure out how to make more money so that you don't have to rely on your job that you hate anyway, or you strongly dislike, or you're just ready for something new, right? Like the whole goal, if I make more money over here, I won't need this job, okay? And so here's the thing, but you added all them random services and you hate it. So now you got two things you don't like. You got a corporate job that you're not in love with, and now you've created a business that you don't exactly love, right? Because you created these services and you don't like them. And now they're bringing you the kind of clients that you don't like either, right? That are nightmare clients, right? But here's the thing, you added all these services or different options, and they're not even bringing in enough money. And then the people that book those services, they kind of treat you like the hired help versus someone who is like an expert in what you do, and you're creating this amazing experience, right? And I don't know, like, let me tell you, when you start offering services that you don't like, all of those new clients you book are the worst, okay? They are the ones, they always want to customize the menu 50,000 times. They want 50 menu revisions, right? They want to nitpick your invoice to death. Can you take this off? What if we do this? What if we add this? What if I buy the groceries? What if you take the decor off? Right? And it's like, you feel like you're almost going broke trying to make people happy. Broke in your business, that is, right? And so now the worst part of all of this is you're even more frustrated and stressed than you were at the job, like that you were about to up and quit. So it's like, you know how people say the best of both worlds? It's like the worst of both worlds. Okay. And I feel like not enough people talk about this. It's like the worst of both worlds when this is the plan, right? Oh, and bonus, now you don't even have free time to go on vacation, right? To get away from it all. Why? Because you've booked up all your weekends for the next 2 months doing services that you don't like for clients you can't stand. Sound familiar, right? So this is what I want you to think about. What I want you to remember is that having this culinary business was your dream, right? You picture being appreciated for your gift of cooking, not to be just seen as the help that's just going to plop some stuff together and stick it in the freezer, right? You have a true love, a passion for cooking and for food. But it's like at this rate, you almost want to give it up too, because you're just like, if it's going to be like this, I don't want it, right? Like if it's going to be like this, throw the whole thing away, right? And so here's what I want to say to you before you up and quit your job, okay? I want you to think about how you want to create a culinary business that you both love, very important, and can bring in the kind of revenue that's going to maintain your existing lifestyle, right? That you currently have, right? Because quitting your stable job and stable income to rush and make less money and still be unhappy isn't a good move, right? And that's a lot of times what we do. We've created these two scenarios that are both frustrated, and we're like, I got to let go of one of these, and I'm telling you there's another way, right? So let me tell you, I remember when I quit my last job, my boss at the time said, like, he tap danced on the last nerve, right? You know how you be like, you're on my last nerve. He was on my last nerve with stiletto pumps on, right? And I was through. So I quit. I don't know if I've ever told the story publicly. Let me tell you, I quit. No notice. No anything. I just quit. And y'all, I'm not even gonna front. I was relieved. I felt this huge sigh of relief. I was like, I'm done with this place. I've got so many other things in my life that I need to be worried about, including my business. Like, this is one less stressor, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I was ecstatic. I was happy. And maybe you've kind of daydreamed about that a little bit, but let me, I don't want to bust your bubble, but let me tell you what happened. It wasn't until the next morning that I realized that I had this huge wave of regret come over me, because while I had eliminated the dissatisfaction and the frustration of my job, but also with that went my steady income. Right. And so now what I did was I had taken on a new stress of trying to figure out all the things I would need to maintain my life and grow my business in real time. Like, the clock started ticking at that moment, right? And what I don't want for you is for you to force your business to be the only thing you rely on for income, because you will take on clients and do all these different services that you hate just to make money, right? Instead, I want you to have the space and the safety net, okay, to create the culinary business you've always dreamt of, right? So if you don't like meal prep, no more meal prep clients. If you don't like custom wedding cakes, no more custom wedding cakes, right? If you don't like large scale catering, no more large scale catering. No more catering or cooking for free or for a huge discount because it's somebody you know, right? And listen, unless you want to, but that's your business. That's your business, right? No more discounts for people's birthdays and 70 birthdays and weddings and all that kind of stuff, right? So here's what I want you, here's some things I want you to consider. Instead of quitting your full-time job, even though I know some days they be trying you, hear me, they be trying you. I get it. Let's take a deep breath. I know. They be trying you, right? Instead of quitting your full-time job, thinking you would be better off in your culinary business if you just had more time to pursue it, I want you to start by just answering 3 questions, right? What are the culinary services that you actually really enjoy doing? What part of your work do you actually really enjoy doing? That's the first question, right? The second question I want you to answer is, how much do you want to make in a month? Not just need to make in a month. How much do you want to make in a month, right? And then ask yourself, how many clients would you need for those services to make the income that you want, right? Do that, okay? And when you have the answers to those questions, that is the start of an exit plan, not all the stuff that you were doing before, right? So listen, if you need to rewind this part of this video, right, to answer these questions again, I say do that. What culinary services do you enjoy doing? Be honest with yourself. Not ones that you're like, I could do it, or I don't mind doing it, or I mean, it's okay. What is your favorite thing to do? What do you love doing? Okay. How much money do you want to make in a month? Not just need to make in a month, want to make in a month. What number will have you, what I like to call, financially relaxed from your culinary business, okay? And then the third is, how many clients would you need from that service in order to make that income, okay? If you want to, you can let me know in the comments below, right? If you want some accountability. But like I said, if you want to go a little bit deeper in creating your a more detailed exit plan, then make sure you join me for the Corporate to Culinary workshop. It used to be a masterclass, and I really wanted to reimagine it as a workshop. That I wanted to be, yes, there's some things that I want you to learn, but there's some things that I actually want you to actually do and implement in your business in real time with me there while I'm answering your questions. And so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you click the link below in the description box. Register for the workshop. It's going to be on Monday, September the 26th, 2002. So if you're watching this past that date, boo, I'm sorry that you missed it, from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So after you get off work, okay? And all the details are below. So I hope to see you there, but let me know what your answers are in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.